Welcome back to another episode of Giving Them the Business. Took a little break last week. Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Belated.
Yeah, same to you, man.
Hey, thanks. Man.
Nice little holiday breather. Got a little chance to just sit back, watch some football, eat a little food, drink a couple beers.
Couple.
Yep.
Lost a
Maybe
couple bets, too, as well that day. Got one of them home on Thanksgiving Day, the Bills. Thank you. Everybody else?
Yeah.
Not too happy with it.
Tough week in the NFL, huh?
Yeah. I mean, let's just get into last week. I mean, I went 3-4 at the 1 o'clock games. Eagles suck, by the way. And all you Eagles fans, Nunya, everybody. Eagles suck.
Terrible performance from an Eagles team that had been putting up some major points as of late against a very bad New York Giants team.
I mean, the guy was right there. Last play of the game, right there. Right on the goal line. Catch the ball, dude.
Hit him in the hands. You can't do anything more than that.
I'm not even an Eagles fan. I was mad.
No.
But
Colts looked good for 3/4 of that game, and
hung in there.
They did. Should have won that ball game, but a good Colts team, I still believe, coughed up a big chance to win a big game against the Bucs.
And 4 o'clock's same deal with me. There's 3 games I bet on. Go 2 for 3. Chargers suck.
Yeah, and I think one thing from the late games, kind of expected a little more out of the LA Rams.
Yeah. I mean, maybe expected more out of them, but I still had the Packers.
100%.
So I was still on the Packers wagon for that, but I got them. Stay tuned. I got them a little bit later.
We'll talk more about them.
We'll talk about the Rams here in a little bit. But yeah, then got the late parlay. Went home. Said, you know what? The hell with it. I'm done. I'm just going to parlay the late Sunday night game with my Redskins on Monday. Had to sweat that Monday night out, but got that home to get out, as Pete would say, the get out leg.
That's right. Hey, you fire enough bullets, one of them got to hit, right?
Got to hit, I guess, but I hit a ticket and broke even for the weekend. So I mean, I was betting just to break even. Needed the money.
Hey, on a bad weekend, sometimes you take what you can get.
All right. Let's see if we can break even this weekend.
What's going on this week? This is a new week.
Conference Championship week, man.
Yes, a lot of good football starting tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Friday night. Oregon, Utah. A
rematch of like 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Utah just blew the doors off of Oregon 2 weeks ago.
Wasn't even close. That game was in Utah. I think the line here is Utah -2.5, and I tend to feel like the line makers got this right. I'm going to take Utah here. They found something that week that they could exploit against Oregon. And so kind of
playing smash mouth football, man. I mean, it was lopsided. They were just the better team
from
the
get go. Oregon's going to tighten some things up. This is going to be a closer game than what that game was a couple of weeks ago. I still like Utah here.
I think it boils down. I mean, this game's in Vegas. Do you know that?
Yes.
This game's in Vegas. Which team is going to be more disciplined with their surroundings in Vegas? Who's gonna go out and explore Vegas? I don't know. But we'll find out.
I'm still going with Utah here.
I mean, I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what Utah displayed it was just a matter of 2 weeks ago.
Right.
What they displayed on the field then against an Oregon team, I mean, I don't think too much can change in 2 weeks.
Well, look, it's tough to beat a team a second time, but Utah beat Oregon bad enough to where they found something that they exploited against Oregon. Can Oregon be 35 points better and stay in this ball game? Still think Utah's got their number until Oregon proves me otherwise.
I hear you. I'm with you. Baylor, Oklahoma State.
I can't wait.
Big 12.
Can't wait for this game. Oregon State is a 3-point road loss, from being an undefeated team here.
Oh,
They've beaten Baylor once. A nice win last week against against Oklahoma
Bedlam.
on rivalry week.
There you go. You said it, man. I wasn't going to say it. You can say that all you want, but
I think this is kind of for a neutral site conference championship game against two teams that I feel like are fairly even matched. The 5.5 here. I think Baylor's got enough to cover this. I think this is going to be a close game throughout. Give me Baylor with the cover, but I've kind of been on the Oregon State bandwagon here for a couple of weeks now, and I think they win this game and end up getting into the college football playoff because of it.
yeah, I mean everybody knows I'm a huge Cowboys fan.
Oh yeah, that's
We're talking about Oklahoma State Cowboys here. I've been on them all year. I don't know. I just kind of like the way they play. And
I'm a big Mike Gundy fan as well.
hey, man, you got to love the mullet, right?
Oh, yeah.
Still got it, right?
I think he shortened it up a little bit.
Trimmed it up.
But he's still a man.
Yep. And he's just older than 40 now. Who else? Oh, Georgia, Alabama. Can't forget about this one. CBS. 4 o'clock.
Look, Does Bama have what it takes to beat Georgia? Because nobody's had it this year, and really nobody's come close.
No.
And in my opinion, Bama hasn't looked as good the last couple of weeks. I mean, probably should have lost that game against Auburn, as tough as that is to say. I'm taking Georgia money line here because, look, you never know what Nick Saban can pull out of his hat. But Georgia, to me, is the better football team here. I'm sticking with Georgia.
Alabama's got the Heisman front runner. Can Alabama lose this game and go to the playoff? I don't think so.
Nope.
So, I mean, they're playing for a lot here.
As much as the playoff committee would like to try and do it.
Oh, of course. They want Bama in there.
100%.
So
they're going to need chaos behind them in order for that to
because
happen.
no 2-loss team's ever been to the playoff, right? So with a Bama loss, that would be 2 losses. That essentially eliminates them.
If there was ever going to be one, though, it would be Alabama.
I hear you.
You know?
But, I mean, just looking at it in that sense, not just the game sense, in that sense, just the football playoff, if Georgia loses, they still go.
I do believe so, yes.
And if Bama wins, they go as well.
Then you have 2 SEC teams.
Right.
And then, who's the odd man out?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, 100%.
Speaking of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Houston, Cincinnati coming up. Same time, ABC.
Obviously a must-win for Cincinnati to keep their playoff hopes alive. And look, they've got they got a good shot to stick around, but this is probably the best team that they played since Notre Dame early in the year. This is going to be a tighter game than the 10.5 that the odds makers have laid on this, in my opinion. Houston can put up points as well, and they can play a little defense.
They're an 11-1 team. I mean, they're no slouch either.
No.
I mean, they're number 21 in the country right now. I mean, they're a legit football team. I mean, and then I think 10.5 is a lot in a conference championship game. Don't you think?
I agree. It's it was kind of a shame in one respect that these two teams didn't meet during the regular season.
I know,
but we all got what we wanted. See Cincinnati play the second best team in the AAC. I like Houston to cover here, most certainly. Can they win this game? I think so.
I think they got a shot. I mean, anybody's got a shot, especially in a championship game. I mean, anybody's got a shot, and everybody's bringing their A game in these games. So, and 10.5 being a lot. I like your thinking with Houston plus the points. Night games. Start with Michigan, Iowa, Big Ten championship.
Give me Michigan. A couple of reasons. One, Michigan's performance against Ohio State. Maybe one of perhaps the best performance we saw out of any Big Ten team this season. Iowa, if you look at their schedule, they really just have not played a strong schedule. as Michigan did kind of on their side of the conference. Iowa, in my opinion, kind of best of the rest. Got in really because Wisconsin faltered last week against Minnesota.
Yeah.
Give me Michigan here. Give me Michigan big. And they punched their ticket to the college football playoff.
Is there any letdown, you think, after beating Ohio State? Because, like, beating Ohio State was kind of like their Super Bowl, you know, and that's what they gear their season towards. They don't sit there and say, all right, Big Ten championship. They say beat Ohio State. You know what I mean?
Right.
So is there any kind of hangover or letdown from post Ohio State?
I don't think so. But look, if there is, then Iowa is the kind of team that can take advantage of that. Remember, they were ranked number 2 in the country early in the year.
Everybody from the Big Ten was ranked high at that time, and then they all beat up on everybody and on each other, and they are where they are now.
If Michigan comes in there, runs the ball like they have all year,
yeah,
I don't think Iowa's got anything for them.
Speaking of the hangover, Michigan hangover after Ohio State, and their basketball team looked like crap last night against Carolina. So,
yeah.
If the basketball team's anything to talk about, the football team and hangover post Ohio State, basketball team didn't even play in that game, and they're hungover last night against Carolina.
Carolina can put up points if Davis can get them to play some defense. They can be good this year.
All right, let's keep talking college football. That was my bad. I brought that up. But I was watching that game going, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Are they hungover from the football game? Man, were they go out and party last weekend?
They might be. That was a huge win.
I mean, Juwan Howard was there. All right, anyway, let's get back to let's get back to football. We got one more game of conference championships. ACC.
Pittsburgh, Wake. I'm kind of looking forward to this game. I know this.
I'm not touching it.
This game has no significance in the national picture, but being an ACC guy, both of these teams can put up points in bunches. You don't necessarily see a couple of ACC teams that can put up 45 a game. This could be a shootout, and I really like Kenny Pickett's.
Pickett.
It's
the wrong name for a quarterback, in my opinion. But go ahead. Go ahead. Let me know what Pickett.
I think he and
slinging it around.
He and Hartman just have an absolute shootout. Pittsburgh can get some stops. We've seen games where Wake has struggled to do so. I like Pitt here. Minus three, I believe, right now.
Yep, still -3 on the board.
Yeah.
Over under 71.
Oh, give me the over.
It's funny. I'm looking at the over under right now. 71 in the Pitt Wake game.
Yeah.
43.5 in the Michigan Iowa game, and that's in a dome. That's in Lucas Oil.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Michigan may put that up by themselves.
I mean, 71. They could do that at halftime if Wake plays like Wake's been playing.
That's right.
Jeez. All right, let's
little NFL action here.
Yeah, let's get to it. How do I get to it? There it goes. NFL. Who do you want to talk about first?
I think we both like the game, and I think for different reasons. The Broncos Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of still skeptical of the Chiefs. Like all year, I mean, I know they got a good record, everything, but the Chiefs at home, just they're 4-2 at home. They don't cover spreads. I don't know. I think 10.5's a lot. It's down to 9.5. I got it at 10.5, but I'm just saying it's a lot of points. Divisional game at home. Chiefs don't cover at home. Take a shot.
I think this game stays right around the number, but I think the Chiefs control this game. I think the Chiefs control this game throughout. The Broncos, to me, are the team that I have a hard time believing that when the Chiefs play their game, and I think the Chiefs may have turned a little bit of a corner here.
They may have.
I don't believe that the Broncos can play with the Chiefs, especially in Arrowhead. I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna take a shot with Chiefs minus the points. You're not gonna get any value if you play them money line. So that's where I stand.
I got you. I don't blame you. I hear you. I hear you on that. Taking the Chiefs minus the points, I get it. I just the other thing is Mahomes' brother gonna be at the game? I need to know.
Oh,
I need to know prior. That is a big betting line there. I'm just saying. It's an angle people are using. Is he at the games? Mahomes plays like crap.
Fam is fam, but he should have lost that number a while ago.
Yeah. Speaking of the Rams earlier, they're getting the Jaguars at home. All right. The Rams have been on a little bit of a bad stretch, let's say. They're still a good football team. Don't get me wrong. But getting the Jags at home, I think they start getting back to their ways and putting up points in bunches. Stafford slinging it around the yard. I like him by 3 touchdowns or more.
If they can't get it together here, then they have more serious problems. What's the line in that game?
13 and a half, depends on where you get it.
And that makes sense. But if they can't win this game handily, then again, there are bigger problems in LA than just a little midseason funk.
Yeah, and I just think it's kind of nice to have one of those games where you get look, everybody in the NFL that's top 1% of 1%, those players. But getting a team like the Jaguars at home where you don't have to travel, you get a lesser caliber team than yourselves at home. It's a nice thing late in the season. Let's get a dub, get a really nice W handedly by 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. I don't care. It's a lot. By a lot.
Real quick, and then we'll move on. Is there any pressure because you're nearly 2 touchdown favorites at home? Is there pressure to go out there and just whip some ass? You know, does that pressure lie on LA to this is a game where we can really kind of turn the season around?
I don't know if it's turning the season around. I mean, they're still 7-4. They're right in the hunt. I mean, they're there. They're a really good team. I mean, they win this game, they're 8-4. I mean, it's a good number. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, if they don't correct some issues on the offensive side of the ball, then they're gonna end up fighting their way into the playoffs.
I hear you.
The last 3 weeks since the introduction of Odell Beckham.
And I think with the new additions like Von Miller, Odell, getting those guys, it's been a couple weeks. Andy had a bye week in there. I think finally this is the week where they've had practice. They've had a full 2-3 weeks. This is where they put it all together, and especially against the Jaguars team, rookie quarterback, rookie head coach. I think this is where everybody shines. Who do you want to talk about next?
Bengals Chargers. There was a lot of hype around the Chargers as well to start the year. Justin Herbert coming off a great rookie season.
Yep.
They've kind of hit a plateau here after the first couple of weeks of the season against a Bengals team that is back to playing the way that they were kind of the first 4 weeks of the year.
Yeah, they hit a little low, and they're back up playing good football again. So
yeah, the line here is 3. I love the Bengals minus the points here. They're rocking and rolling. The Chargers are trying to get back to where they were, to where their expectations were early in the season. I'm not sure it happens here against the Bengals.
Yeah, West Coast team, 1 o'clock coming east. I don't know. Is Midwest still east?
Look,
east enough? East of the Mississippi?
2 hours is not quite as much as 3, but yeah, I mean, I think you can still take that into consideration. There's still a little jet lag there.
All right. Hey, Cardinals, real quick on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Is Kyler Murray playing?
I believe he's expected to.
They still are talking about it. Is he playing? Is he not playing?
But I do believe he and Hopkins both are practicing this week. So I would expect to see Kyler.
I'm not playing that game whether he's playing or not, but I need him to play to give me a week because I'll probably take him next week. 'Cause I really like that guy, man. He's good, man. And D-Hop, That's a good tandem.
Yeah, how about, I mean, those two have been out, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
They're still a 9-2. They're still a 9-2 football team. Those guys getting healthy,
6-0 on the road too, man. Pretty wild.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to do. I don't care if it's NFL, college, high school,
Yeah.
pee wee ball.
Exactly.
That's tough to do.
Yeah. One game I do like is the Washington football team, or Redskins, however you want to call them. Levy calls them, Steve Levy, he calls them the Redskins. So I'm going to call them the Redskins. He called them that on national TV. So, Redskins at the Raiders. I wanted to go to this game in Vegas. Work got in the way.
A little bit.
So, yeah. I like the Redskins three wins in a row. Playing some decent football. They should have beat the Seahawks by way more than 2 points. I mean, they controlled that game. I mean, they had the ball for like 48 minutes time of possession. It's crazy. At the Raiders have just been up and down. I know they put it on your Cowboys Thanksgiving Day. I'm sure you didn't like that too much.
No, but like neither team in that game showed any discipline at all. I mean, there were 28 penalties.
Oh man, it's
for nearly 300 yards between the two teams. Washington can certainly go out there and win this game. If the Raiders are as undisciplined as they were against the Cowboys, but if the Raiders go out and put up 30 points, I think it's going to be tough for the Redskins on the road to hang in there. I think the Redskins obviously playing the best ball of their year. Hey, I see no reason to take a shot on the football team.
Yeah, it's a big win. If they can get it, would be a big win for them. Because then the next 4 weeks, listen to their schedule: Dallas at home, at the Eagles, at Dallas, home against the Eagles.
Hey,
so and then end the season at the Giants. I mean, it is all NFC East the rest of the way. I think you got to get a win here at Vegas. I know it's on the road, it's a tough place to play, whatever. But I mean, looking at the home stretch, you never want to look ahead, but it'd be nice to get a win at Vegas, going to play everybody in your division for the rest of the year.
100%. And look, you get into the division, 2-3 games back, especially, the Cowboys haven't been playing well. They're dealing with some injuries, COVID. You never know what can happen, especially if a team like the football team gets some momentum behind
It is
them.
crazy playing two teams in the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know that. I'm sure it has happened. 2 conference opponents in 4 weeks. I don't know that I've ever seen it, but
No, I haven't either.
hey, that's your kind of put up or shut up. There's your chance to
They call
to
it
do some
murderer's
damage.
row and on your schedule or whatever.
Yeah.
That's murderer's row. Whether it's the Cowboys, Eagles, or whatever it is. I mean, if you're playing your divisional opponents,
That's 4 big time, big energy, big emotion games in 4 weeks.
and that'll separate any division.
That's it.
Whether it's NFC East or not. But all right, last one. Patriots Bills.
Yes.
Monday Night Football. Talk about divisional game. 8-4 Patriots, man. 5-0 on the road at Buffalo this week.
Division games on the road, notoriously tough in the NFL. The Pats, 3-point underdogs here. I think the Pats are playing better football than the Bills right now. They got a lot of momentum behind them. Credit where credit's due. Bill Belichick has done an amazing job with Mac Jones, and Mac Jones has progressed kind of, I think, beyond a lot of people's expectations.
Yep.
But Belichick has used him the way that only helps his progression, and that's why the Pats are playing good football here. I'm going to take a shot. Pats plus the points. see what happens. I just think they're playing better football right now than the Bills.
Yeah, and I think Mac's doing a good job of like not screwing it up.
That's right.
You know, he's not losing the games for you.
Yeah.
And he's making some throws. He's missed a couple throws last week that I needed him to make, but
he's not going out and losing ball games.
no, he's not trying to force throws. You know, he's kind of letting the game come to him. I know it sounds cliche or whatever, but it is. I mean, it's true. I mean, he is making the throws he has to make and finding the open guy, and he's playing like a veteran. I mean, it seems like.
In my opinion, you can't ask for any more out of a rookie quarterback. Look, if you get a guy that comes into the league and throws 25, 30 touchdowns, then great. But a guy that's not turning the ball over consistently, Belichick and the Patriots have taken full advantage of this and are leading the East. Here we go again.
Yeah, deja vu, right?
Yeah.
College basketball. Got anything coming up this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's we're starting to get into some conference play here. The ACC and the Big Ten get going this weekend. A couple of
they've been going. I think it's wrapping up this weekend.
No, they open up conference play.
Oh, okay, good.
Those two conferences do.
You're talking about the Big Ten ACC Challenge.
Yeah, I think
they've been going.
Yeah,
last few nights.
Yeah, so some good basketball there, but it was nice when that event was a little more heralded, a little. They had some better matchups in that series than kind of in recent years, but a couple decent games in those conferences. You got a 5-2 Louisville team going to Raleigh to take on a 6-1 NC State team that pulled out a 4 overtime win in said Big Ten ACC Challenge. A good one, potentially a good one in the Big Ten. Both teams undefeated. Number 2 Purdue takes on Iowa in their first conference games of the season. So a couple of good ones there.
Purdue, man, looks good, man.
Really, really good.
Got that big guy, man. He's like a 7-footer, man. He looks good.
Yes.
And they got some shooters too, man. They're a tough team to watch.
They can put up some
team
points.
To watch.
Yes. One of really the only top 25 matchups. Gonzaga playing yet another ranked Power 5 opponent in Alabama. They get Alabama at home this week. Like, Gonzaga may not play in the best conference in the country, but you got to give them credit. They have gone and played some. They have played the best that they could get in their non-conference schedule. And
yeah, I heard Coach K talking about it on the radio. I heard him talking about that game in Vegas.
Yeah,
Gonzaga Duke, and he was like, it was crazy. An hour before the game, it was crazy.
I bet.
And he goes, man, it was awesome. He goes, and then watching the freshmen, he's like, I got 18-year-old kids, man. He's like, when I was 18, I couldn't go into an environment and perform like that. He's like, it was crazy. He goes, but these guys love it. He's like, it was nuts. It was awesome. It was an awesome atmosphere to be in. And I mean, it's big time games. I mean, Duke's played in Madison Square Garden and then now in Vegas for that game. It was awesome, he said. And he goes, and both teams played a hell of a game. And they did. I watched the game. It was an awesome game. But, yeah, I think Gonzaga's really good.
They are. And, you know, when you've got ranked Power 5 teams traveling to Seattle to strengthen their kind of schedule to play Gonzaga, Mark Few and that program seem to kind of finally made it. You know, they've gotten to that point. They've gotten the respect where no longer are they Cinderellas. That is a legitimate national title team.
Hey, one more. We got St. Joe's and Villanova. Battle of Philly.
I think
Philly, right?
I believe St. Joe's is Philly. Have to ask old Nunya to confirm that one, but
I believe so.
Villanova, another
Villanova,
another good basketball team.
That's Saturday at noon, by the way.
They've got some national title aspirations as well. A couple of tough losses to start the season for them, but Jay Wright will have them playing well come February.
All right, let's look at our picks. Get out of here. Here's my plays. College, I like Utah minus 2.5. Oklahoma State, I don't trust the line. I think it's closer. But I like Oklahoma State here. I'll just take the money line. I do like Georgia minus 6.5, especially after watching the Alabama-Auburn game. I think Georgia was watching that as well. Their defense has been tough all year. I think defense shows up against Alabama, although Saban might have something for him. But I still like Georgia minus 6.5. Houston, a lot of points there, plus 10.5. And Michigan, I mean, they did nothing wrong against Ohio State. I don't see them doing anything wrong against Iowa. Broncos, divisional opponent, Chiefs, plus 10.5. Broncos. Just taking a shot here. I mean, it's just a lot of points in an NFL game. I'll take plus 10.5. Especially a divisional opponent, man. Divisional opponents plus 10.5. Yeah, give me that. Ravens minus 4.5 against Steelers. I think Ravens are getting back on track. Lamar's getting back on track. Here we go. Ravens minus 4.5. Rams, we talked about it. Get the Jaguars at home. 13.5. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. I think they win by 3 or 4. It's going to be a lot of points, Rams. I think it's just going to put it on for the fans at home. Redskins, plus 2.5 at the Raiders. Pivotal game for their season, especially with what we talked about with the Eagles. I mean, the Cowboys, Eagles coming up, followed by the Giants. Pivotal game for the Redskins this season, plus 2.5. I like them to win outright. And then the Patriots Monday night, plus 3.5. I love the plus 3.5 here. Give me the Patriots. Let's take a look at yours.
You and I are fairly similar on the college side of things, which means we're probably
we're
both
getting
screwed.
smoked now.
That's right. But I think that game tomorrow night, Utah-Oregon, is going to be a fun game to watch. I like Baylor to cover here. Like, they've got a chance to win this ball game. So I'll take them plus the points. I don't like this 6.5 in the Georgia-Bama game. So I'll take Georgia on top there. Pitt Wake. That hopefully that's as big a shootout as I anticipated. You said 71 the over under
71. A lot of points.
I hope they get there. With about 12 minutes to play in the third quarter
before halftime.
That's right. On the NFL side, I'm going to take a shot that the Chiefs are back and just put an ass whipping on the Broncos. Bengals, I think, continue to play good ball. Like them, minus the points here. Ravens against the Steelers. Like, the Steelers are still playing 500 ball, but they are not a good ball club right now. Give me the Ravens, minus 4.5 on the road. The Dolphins, I don't want to say they've been incredibly impressive, but the Dolphins to win 3 in a row, I'm not sure we saw that coming after the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Or the Dolphins on any of our tickets for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
No, not at all. But
it should have been.
But as much as it kind of pains me to say this, Tua's playing some decent football, and with a couple of young weapons in Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki, they've got an offense that can continue drives, score points. I like them this week, and then Pats Bills division game. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. I think the Pats cover here, and look, we'll see what happens in the final minutes of this game.
I hear you. One more thing before we let everybody go. FCS football bracket has begun. I mean, the playoffs have begun. So now this week, it started last week. a lot of the play-in games, but now all the seeded teams play this week. So you get Sam Houston as the number 1 overall seed, 10-0 on the year. They get going. North Dakota State, 10-1 is your 2 seed. 3 seed, my JMU Dukes, also 10-1 is the 3 seed, which the 3 seed matches up with the 2 seed down the line. We could see going forward a JMU North Dakota State rematch, which they seem to always play each other in the playoffs, whether it's in the championship, the semis. We'll see. Hopefully they play each other in the semis this year. But yeah, I always love the FCS playoffs, man.
Any surprises? Any surprises you see maybe this weekend?
Yeah, South Dakota State's always been tough. They put up 56 last week. They're playing Sacramento State, the 4 seed, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Keep an eye on them, man. Jackrabbits.
You pull that jackrabbit out of your ass.
Hey, I ain't pulling shit. Come on, man. Hey, South Dakota State, man. Keep an eye on them. The lines don't come out for those until Saturday, so I don't know what the line is. But, yeah, some interesting matchups, man. Always something.
Some good FCS football is always fun to watch. So.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll leave you with that. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget,
like, subscribe,
smash.
What am I forgetting?
Smash.
Oh yeah. Oh, smash that like button.
Smash.
And like, if there's something you guys want us to talk about, drop it in the comment section.
You'll find none. You're there.
Yeah, especially all the shit you talked about Philly.
Oh man, they sucked last week. I was so mad at them last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. They still suck, by the way. Suck 2 weeks from now when we play them. What else? What do you want? What do you want me to do? Philly sucks. All right. See you next week.
Y'all have a good weekend.